War II ended, the OUN kept fighting the USSR until the mid-1950s. Mykola Lebed, who's one of the leaders of this genocide, he was given safe haven by the CIA and Steven Bandera. And, Reinhard Gehlen, who's a part of the, he was the head torturer of Russian prisoners, but also, I would imagine, American prisoners. He was also put back into West Germany after World War II, a Nazi, right? Like a high-level Nazi, and he was put in charge of the surveillance of West Germany after World War II. And this was all done by Alan Dulles. And like Mykola Lebed, also Steven Bandera was also put back into West Germany. And Operation Gladio, a lot of people try to act like this is with everything, they just act like it's a conspiracy theory. The Italian, I don't know if it's prime minister or president in the early 1990s, he exposed it. He said that this is a real problem. And for those who don't know, Operation Gladio was that after World War II, the fascists, the Nazis became the new allies, and the Russians became the new enemies, communism, right? Soviet communism. And so it was considered justified to hire these criminals, like psychopaths, to not only create problems for Soviet communism in countries throughout the world, not just Italy, but they were responsible for terrorist acts against the civilians of these countries. They weren't necessarily communist, right? And the whole point of it, there's a really good documentary BBC did of Operation Gladio you can find on YouTube. But the reason why they were hired to also commit terrorist acts was to give the state more power so that they could have more heavy-handedness with however they wanted to deal with things. And, since the late 1990s, 1998, there was the biggest declassification of Nazi war crime records that was released by Congress. There was another wave in 2005 and I think 2010. And it has shown that US intelligence kept strong ties with these Ukrainian Nazi nationalists since 1946 to today. And you see it with Chrystia Freeland, you see it with Victoria Nuland, and I'll talk about Victoria Nuland later on. So these operations, Alan Dulles, for people who are not aware, he was the one that orchestrated much of this. And NATO is also directly implicated in Operation Gladio. MI6, they're all guilty.
Is Operation Gladio what people call false flag events? Is that related to that?
No, it was called, it was the stay-behinds that usually that's what you hear referenced to.
Oh, okay.
But,
I see.
Yeah. And Alan Dulles, for people who are not aware, was the director of the CIA for, I think, something like 12 years, from the early 50s on. And he was only removed as the director of CIA by President Kennedy for his treason.
And he didn't like that at all.
No. Yeah, well, look what happened.